Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are checking in. I got bumped off just a moment ago, so hello, Andy. Just wanted to take a moment today and bring some balance. Because as we expand into new consciousness, we're also living in a vibrational field that is unstable at times. And I could really feel the instability this morning. And the instability is actually, it's like a rubber band stretching. So as we're all doing our own work to get into a higher vibration, hi Andy, higher vibration, higher frequency, you know, if you pull the rubber band really, really taut, if you pull it, it starts to shake. And that's what I'm feeling this morning is the instability of the higher consciousness. And so today what I want to do is just help support you and I and others to hold the frequency that we choose, that we most desire. And it's always a personal choice where we want to be within our day and within our consciousness and how we want to present ourselves. It's really easy to fall back into old patterns, and that's the pull, is staying where you know and what you actually know to be true about life, which is mostly illusion. We have experiences that help anchor in the illusion, but it is not necessarily your truth, not necessarily what will always be. And so I spent a lot of time yesterday and all morning kind of in the thick of things, looking at things and how could I best support. How can I best support the transformation? And how can we best, move beyond our old patterns? And I always return to the same thing. It's breathing. Breathe and setting the intention and asking for help. Then I release. It's like you actually, for some of it looks like I need help unclenching. I need help unclenching the way that I look at the world. I need help letting go of those beliefs and patterns that have served me well up until this point, but I'm just ready for something new. And it always goes back to breath. It's the deep breath. It's the calming influence, because within your body, you know peace. Within your mind, you even remember what peace is. And it's asking. Just ask for your highest self to be present. Ask for your teams, your support of pure love to come in and help you out with the day or the week or the month, whatever you're going through. We are all, every single one of us, whether you're aware it or not, are sometimes jumping into with delight, sometimes scrambling, not sure what we're doing, and sometimes really struggling to hold a higher vibration. This past year, it's a lot of that unstable energy. The intention was to help us heal, to help us look at what we define health as, what we define connection as, what we define growth as. And what happened instead is it expanded the field of fear. And it's okay, because we have to see what it is. We have to reveal the hidden truths. We have to reveal what's underneath the surface. And that's what this past year has done in many, many ways, in multiple ways, in everybody's lives. Okay, maybe not everybody's lives, but most people have had pause, or most people have had a push to have a different perspective in life. So that's what I've been looking at this morning, is where fear is present and how it constricts our life. Because there's that saying, you can't hold two opposing thoughts at the same time. You can't hold two opposing energies, two opposing frequencies at the same time. You can't hold love and fear. It's like they will not mix. You can override fear with love, but they will not exist in the same plane. And because we're vibrational human beings, we may jump in and out of that a little bit during the day, but we have really attached to fear. So if this is your experience, see how that serves you. Is that a definition of safety for you? Is that help you keep you separate? Does it help you put someone else in charge of your life? Maybe it's just a pattern. Maybe it's your ego, your intelligence telling you that if you live with fear, that you can prevent something from happening, or you can, cut it off before it comes to you. Can't think of the saying right now. And I will never tell you how to live or what to choose, but just be aware of fear. Do your best to call it what it is. Many times we're afraid of life repeating itself. And if we can recognize that we get to choose what we want to experience. And it sounds too easy, and it's not. I mean, it can be, but most times it's not. I don't want to dissuade anyone who's really having an easy time right now. I'm here for those who are perhaps not having an easy time holding the thoughts that they want to hold. So for those of you, and if you are able to hold the thoughts you want, the frequency vibration, and you're not really living in fear, be the model. Be the model for others. Really lead by example. And we don't need to lead others. We can invite others into our life experience. And perhaps it can be easy as, I know if this type of person comes around, they'll have this experience, blah, blah, blah. Right? So maybe just leave some curiosity and wonder for what else that person has to offer. And then make a choice. Don't have to invite anybody into your life, but give it a pause and see if your perception's accurate. Because as you grow and evolve, so are other people around us. And we're really being called to lead from the heart. Not from the heart that holds judgment or blame or criticism, but the heart that leads with delight in one another, delight in ourselves, the heart that knows that love heals all, the heart that is done with separation. That's where I have a hard time holding a higher vibration. That's where my challenges come in, when I see separation, when I feel division. Because I've known since, I think, the day I took breath, that there truly is no division. We are all one, sharing one experience in our own unique way. We're sharing the human experience. We have so much more in common. We have so much more to share, so much more of our divine gifts to scatter across the world. And our fear gets in the way of doing that. So that's what I've been looking at for about the last, I don't know, day and a half maybe. I always look at it, honestly. I always look at where people are at. But I could feel the instability last night and this morning. So choose your responses to things with intention. And a really good way to do that is taking a few moments in the morning. If you have a practice, continue that practice. If you don't, maybe now's a good time to start a practice of just stillness or quiet. And some people call it meditation. Meditation's great. There's no right or wrong way to do it. But it's really connecting the heart and the spirit and the body. And asking the mind to just step aside for a moment. That I value you. I need you. But at this moment, I'm just going to let my higher self and my heart be my guide. And my intention today is that I see through the eyes of love. I see myself through the eyes of love. And I see others through the eyes of love. And see if you notice a shift. See if you notice the way your body feels differently. See if you notice the interactions throughout your day. Perhaps those go differently. And there is a lot of instability. There is a lot of, notice there's a consciousness that likes to keep us in fear. There's a consciousness that likes to keep us separate. And one way to do that is connect face to face with others and do your best to stay off. I know we're on social media right now, but to stay off, if you need to get news, you need to watch TV, whatever, limit it to things that fill you up, things that make you laugh, things that make you giggle. It can be overwhelming with the constant battering that the world's a shithole, right? And to be very blunt, yes, there's things that we're working through, to put it mildly, but that's not the only experience we have. And it's our intention, and it's our job. If you're watching, it's our job to create from the heart. And what I've been doing the last couple weeks, we've been doing a heart-to-heart meditation in the morning. Global meditation, love in the morning. That space is increasing. That space never leaves, even when we're not together. And I can see the bigger circle. I can hear the bigger, it always sounds like a symphony to me. It just feels like more seats are filling within that orchestra. And I can see it connecting with others across the globe. And so consciousness always leads vibration. And the consciousness is expanding, but the vibrations, we're humans, we're going to have a human experience of human emotions and vibrations and connecting to each other with compassion. But let's do our best not to connect with judgment or blame, because that's really where the instability comes in. The blame, the judgment, the fear again, and just fear overrides possibility. Fear overrides human potential. I want you to hear that one. Fear overrides human potential. And remember how brave you are, how healthy you are, how strong you are, how creative you are. Every single one of us has taken steps forward that we weren't even sure we could do, weren't sure how it would be possible, and sometimes didn't even give it much thought. And the image I always see is a toddler crawling out of the crib. They just know there's more out there. They can't wait to get out of the crib. And they will be ingenious, and they will stack up toys, or they will do whatever they need to do, and they will climb, and they will use those strong limbs, and they will get out of the crib. And they will go from crawling to walking, and they will just keep going, and nothing gets in their way. And you'll notice if you have a parent who's attentive and fearful and afraid of the baby getting hurt, that baby may decide, I'll just sit here and I'll let others do for me. Because my little circle's enough, this little space enough. And thank God, most babies don't do that. Most babies keep going. Most babies want more. So I invite you to want more out of life. I invite you to find the passion, the creativity, the giggles, to be curious, and to know it really only takes, it sounds impossible, that only takes one. But I can't change what anybody else does. I can't change anyone else's thoughts. I can only change me. I can only expand my vision of the world. And as I do that, perhaps I stand next to you, and together we create something new. And then we stand next to somebody else. I always, always, always see hands across the globe. People holding hands with this beautiful golden light between each other. That is always there. But it's not everybody holding hands. There's a lot of scattered separation. There's a lot of scattered division. But since I started watching maybe 8 or 9 years ago, there's more people holding hands. The gold ribbon's wider, it's bigger, it's stronger. The intensity's there. The sound, the sound is clearer. And so, celebrate your triumphs. Celebrate the less than triumphs, because it's all movement. And then ask to find the wisdom of all experiences. And let's take a few moments and be together in silence, with the intention that we're connecting our purest hearts, our most divine selves, with clear, uninterrupted flow. And when I get in that really high vibration, and it's pure connection, it's overwhelming. It's a good overwhelming, but sometimes I just have to let my body adjust to it. And we have new participants today. I don't know just mean what we're doing, but I mean across the globe there's new participants holding a higher vibration without fear. It actually shifts about, lately it feels like it's been a shift about every 6 or 7 days. And again, there's that pull back, it's that pull. We're going to have a pull of division for a while until that snaps. I don't know how long that will be. I just know that we're ever moving forward. we'll see more growth in this decade, perhaps, than we've seen in my lifetime. And growth comes from accepting what is, revealing what's hidden, and leading with love. I see you. I appreciate you. I'm so, so grateful for our connection and our time together. If this resonates with you, please share. I have other videos on YouTube that have activations and my thoughts. I honor you, and I love you, and thank you for being with me.